I once knew a spy.
Spies. You're a spy.
She was brilliant, erratic, cursed. An anti-personal mine in human form. Her friends called her Herschel, but to her controllers, she was Cascade.
Your name and your cryptonym. A dead limb twitches.
She made the cardinal error of our kind. She mistook her assets for friends. In the end, the contradictions caught up with her. It is, and was. Portofino 91, the whole sick crew. A disaster untold, a black page in the official records.
The memory hums, an exposed wire.
Reports of how it went down remain contested, inconclusive. All that's certain, it began with a phone call and ended with 6 spies lost. Some say she blew the network herself. Others blame structural factors or transnational capital. The rest just shake their heads as they look down on the smashed and leaking world. Some fool dropped it. One of ours, probably. She was recalled. They put her in the freezer. Forever. Most 5 years passed. A little more of the world leaked out of itself. Cascade's controllers ordered her back to Portofino. It wasn't the scene. It was me. There is a new assignment, Cascade. I was supposed to give you the brief. Right here, in an armchair in a safe house above a 24-hour photo shop in the city-state of Portofino. No one special, just an arm-like sack of cytoplasm, a special move unique to single-cell organisms. But before that, I was like you, a spy for the People's Republics, one of the varieties of mankind. This is a dangerous place, Cascade. I should never have come. I got caught with my pants down. On the plus side, I no longer have to worry about independent thought or movement.
This was the human game, and he played it poorly. Time to give up his seat.
We're not. This is all you, conversing with your own mental projections, reconciling the dissonance inherent to your role, like you were trained to do.
Just one of the neat tricks you've learned to keep yourself alive in theater. There are many others still to come.
Life is beautiful, cruel, full of hidden cues that I missed. Maybe next time. Don't blame yourself, operant. Whatever happens has already happened.
Displayed on the chair before you is a man, approximately mid-30s. His chest rises and falls in steady rhythm as he stares beyond you, unblinking. Alive, yet not alive. His eyes are fixed glassily on the ceiling. The pupils quiver like a failing heartbeat. He's been like this since you walked in. Anything to the contrary should be marked down as a grip on reality type problem. Cream paint, peeling slightly. A small room in a city past its prime. Nothing to suggest why the man is so interested in it. No response, no jolt, no tremor. All posts deserted. The film is monochrome and silent. The only soundtrack is the low hum of the projector as the celluloid rushes from its spool. The green of long corroded copper. As for the face around the eyes, his jaw hangs slack, his glasses askew. The lopsided headphones accentuate a large bald spot atop his crown. Highly pleasing rubbability. Stiff-collared shirt, a snug brown jacket, and nothing below the waist but a pair of red briefs. White spindles of leg hit your vision like a pair of flashbangs. Entirely unfit for purpose, based on his current state. Nature's final defense, playing dead. Once your eyes readjust, you notice that the man is also wearing 3 layers of socks, each slightly shorter than the one beneath it. This detail strikes you as very sad. There is no smell of alcohol, nor any open containers, no drug paraphernalia either, just a loose cord trailing to the stereo system. Like a cosmonaut's safety tether. Your fingers detect a faint, steady pulse within the base of his wrist. Elevated, but not critical. When in theatre, an operant must always prepare to be assassinated. Of course, it is better not to be killed. Then the body is disobedient and must be brought to order. The man's eyes glisten. Bright red veins blossom around their edges. He could be cursing your name or chanting absolution. It's impossible to tell. However he ended up like this, the result is the same. Operant lost. You wonder briefly how much or how little you owe him. A snail's trail of dried saliva glints on the side of his chin. The people's spy cannot be caught shirking. Time to escalate. Pathetic. History ended a century ago. Last time is reactionary fetish. Defend the party, reject the linear progression of time. The man's breath gargles softly in his throat as you yank him upwards. He is heavier than he looks. His head lolls on its neck hinge. If you didn't know any better, you would say his deserted eyes seem to be urging you in the direction of the bathroom. You heave him up and down. making his limp head bounce in a grotesque nod. Onwards. The unassigned assignment is now yours alone. Like any good operant, he's keeping all cards pressed to chest. The man's head slips 2 centimeters to the left. His jaw slides with it. Clipped to the inside flap of his jacket, you find a laminated badge, emblazoned with the crest of the Import-Export Bureau of the People's Republic of Kohila. The name reads, Esteman T. Below that, a title, Im Ex-Lead Hosiery. Sock Merchant, one of the opera's most battle-tested covers. That's what the badge says. And look how well that worked out for him. You remain ungovernable. Unfortunately, the Operant Bureau's Human Relations Department is nothing but a front for the Irregular Interrogation Directorate. Wearing the wares for ease of display, an operant committed to his role. 3 other things of note: a slip of paper, a business card, and a rock-hard piece of candy. It's a purchase order for 10 socks, made out to Carmuna Pessoa, Fashions and Garments Bootleg Bazaar. Bootleg Bazaar. No coordinates found. Some kind of marketplace, and not one you've ever been to. The slip of paper grows heavy in your hand. It feels like a baton. Pseudopod's obligations are now yours. You owe this woman 5 pairs of socks. The card is cheap and scuffed. It reads, all you need is miracle, above a cartoonish image of disembodied lips at a phone receiver. Notably absent is an actual phone number. There's an indecipherable scribble. Whatever's written seems to begin with a D. Into your pocket it goes. A wrapped-up rectangle of compressed sugar. It's so hard that your fingers cannot make an impression, no matter how much you strain. Cola flavor, if you had to guess. The candy slips back into the pocket's depths. You retract your hand from the man's pockets. Your double didn't notice your arrival. He doesn't notice your departure either. The bed looks serviceable. Deformed pillows and a depression in the mattress show it has been used. Room for two. You were supposed to lie here alongside your double. Seems it is all yours then, should you ever want to lay in it. You turn away. Daylight spills in from the window. Following the cord from the unconscious man's headphones, you come to a mid-sized home stereo resting on a sideboard. A Protypo 909 50-watt with multi-disc changer. Last generation model. Designed for affordability at the expense of power and clarity. As you turn away, you pick up the phone. The handset vibrates in your palm. Before you even finish speaking the word, the device connected to your phone base splits it into 256,000 encrypted fragments. The exquisite work of the magic box, one of the proudest achievements of the Opera's Technical Services Office. Half a world away, a familiar voice splits into a corresponding number of fragments before coalescing again by your ear.
Please tell me you have good news.
The voice of authority. Don't let her down. Become the operant she needs you to be.
Operant, you made it. Your voice hasn't changed.
Her voice is just as you remember.
We'll get to catch-ups later. Put pseudopod on the line.
You glance over at the man in the chair. It takes all your concentration to keep the receiver steady against your ear. For a moment, no one says anything. There's no sound at all save for the blood in your ear and the electrostatic hum of the ultra-long-distance connection.
Has he been zeroed out?
Eliminated, killed, rendered inoperant. Heavy words. Words that set machinery in motion.
That doesn't tell us much. What else? So what? Your cover was meant to be stock importers. Okay, that is strange, but I don't see what it's got to do with his condition. Method espionage? Is that some sort of joke? I'll ask one more time. Is your double zeroed out?
You pick up the phone. The handset vibrates in your palm. Before you even... The exquisite... Half a world away.
Please tell me you have...
The voice of all. Don't let her down.
Operant.
Her voice is just.
We'll get to catch...
He glanced over at the man in the chair. It takes all your concentration to keep the receiver steady against your ear. For a moment, no one says anything.
Has he been zero?
Eliminated. Heavy words.
That doesn't tell us. So what? Your cover was meant to be sock importers. Excuse me, why the fuck are we talking about socks? Pity purchase? Is that some sort of joke? I'll ask one more time. Is your double zeroed out?
You must speak the word. She cannot make the determination herself. 5,000 kilometers away, in a small office deep underground, a mid-level controller of the Operant Bureau leans forward and cups a hand over her earpiece. Once you say it, there's no going back. The momentum of events will overtake you.
Cascade. Is your double zeroed out or not? Yes, you do. Is he zeroed out, Operant? Right. I wonder which it is. Have our enemies blown us up already? Or is this just another day at the basement massage parlor of spy services? Fucking hell.
She's wondering how long till she can have a drink. Shriekily liqueur from a can. It's been several hours since her last.
The opera's going to hang me by the toes. For you, it's back to Satellite Facility B.
AKA the Freezer, the Opera's labyrinthine archival complex, where the old, useless and discredited are consigned until they're dismissed or die of despair. Archives, mountains of paper, shiver, resist.
That's exactly the problem. You haven't got pseudopod and you haven't got the assignment either. Listen to me. This assignment is over. Effective immediately.
Over. Immediately. The words ricochet inside your skull.
The woman in the photo shop downstairs, Constance. She's one of ours. Let her deal with pseudopod. Do not tell her anything she doesn't need to know. As for you, we need to get you on the next aerotram out of the city.
Disregard. Time for some self-directed espionage. That numberless phone line may be worth investigating. Perhaps the room contains other leads as well. You've been on filing duty for 5 years, out of action. The Opera wouldn't rush you back in theatre, unless... A half moment's hesitation.
Where'd you get that idea?
Not a denial. Proceed.
There should still be flights departing for Superblock territory tonight. Make sure you're on one of them. It was no one, a ghost in the wire. The assignment's over. Get on the next tram. Then you're going to end up like Pseudopod. Zeroed out. Your choice.
A click, and the line goes dead. The stereo is right where you left it. Through the translucent view panel, you see a single red disc loaded in place. On the face of the disc are the words, Ultravioletta, you but from a dream, handwritten on thin strips of tape. You don't recognize the artist. The disc is loaded, ready to tell you. The chunky button makes a satisfying little thunk as you push it in. The discus begins to turn. You know because the spindle was rotating, though the speakers don't produce any sound at all. The kitchen light hums and splinters momentarily. On the hidden side of the sun, a polar radiation storm congeals. It doesn't appear to be. The disc is spinning the way it's meant to. An artifact of no substance onto which nothing of substance has been recorded. No sound, save the thin layer of static that lines the inner cables. Amateur wire work. The music player blinks, slowly. Or do you? You can't tell. The silence is being overtaken by a different silence, like the slow darkening of night across the wall of an empty room. This new silence seeps into every corner of your body, loosening fixtures, rattling drawers, seeing what will come with it. There is still no sound, but in your mind an image forms of a blasted heath, a smouldering circle at its center. Figures in tattered robes stagger and sway on the horizon. Nothing. You're simply playing a disc on a common home stereo system, the sort of thing millions of people across the world do every day. A fallen star, an irregular rock of no color the human eye can perceive. A dispatch from the underside of reality. The intermittent flash of a distant storm silhouettes a row of dark figures against the pale sky. Mendicants dedicated to the fallen star. Many bodies, one soul. Their tattered rags soaked with universal tears. One among their number turns to look at you, his technicolor robe billowing behind. He wears a small, neat mustache, as well as a large pair of headphones. A friend, an enemy. 12 million dreamers roll over in unison. No, you probably shouldn't. The static quiets as you reset the volume. A brief internal hum, then the disc slides halfway out of the machine and waits there like it's trying to hide from you. You remove the red disc and place it into your pocket. You step away from the... The small table has been turned into a makeshift desk. The startlingly red folder stands out against the clutter. A small label in the top left corner is printed with one word. Your cryptonym, Cascade. The color reminds you of pomegranate. It screams danger, not for human consumption. The folder opens with a whoosh. Before you in neat monospace type, your life is condensed to its barest elements. Name Will Kershaw, cryptonym Cascade, born Landau, former Republic of Mercia. Dependents none, pay class D2, years of service 14. All true, none of it useful just now. Childhood, bourgeois, typical. History of student radicalism led to persecution by monotheist reactionaries, fled to People's Republic of Kohila, embraced post-historical materialism. In short, born capitalist, reborn communist. Medical record, history of dissociative episodes and reckless action, gunshot, chest, retained bullet, 10mm pre-service. The bullet nuzzles your aorta, your heartbeat flutters. Sexuality, homosexual tendencies, unconfirmed. Suicide risk minimal, ideation only.
As our moral statisticians are repeatedly instructed, suicide is merely a coward's way to spit one last time upon the party.
End of list. According to this file, that's all there is to you. According to the opera's remembrances, raw facts are the totality of your being. There's another page behind this one. It's labeled Service History.
A tingle in your fingers. Your head grows lighter as you approach the crash site. In just a few words, the worst failure of your life is reduced to bureaucratic shorthand.
Previous assignment, Portofino 88 to 91. Network, whole sick crew. Operants, Cascade. Assets.
A secret the opera has elected to keep from itself. Mistakes made, friends abandoned. The redactions are merciful. They keep our gang intact. The redactions are too heavy. The names beneath them are silent. For now. Obvious. The opera wanted him to know what sort of spy he'd be working with.
Most recent assignment, Novessa, 91 to present. Satellite Facility B. Status inactive. The folder shuts itself with a tiny sigh.
Whoa, whoa. The darkest secrets. You can't just leave them out like this.
You crumple the pages up and set them on fire in the waste paper basket. As the flame consumes them, the pages curl like a black lotus flower closing itself. Amidst the crumpled sheets of copy paper and empty takeout containers, you find an opened pack of cigarettes, Suprema mark.
Suprema 100s, cheap superblock export.
There are a few mangled filters in the ashtray. Secreted neatly against the inner wall of the pack, just as you were once taught to do yourself, a crispy folded sheet of A7 paper. It reads, ZWS, JMXVB TW, AON, TRRA, KB, ZQYMUSGS.
You've carried papers like this, folded up and hidden away in secret pockets and compartments. Short, uneven letter chains, likely a Rosetta cipher, the most basic kind used by the Operant Bureau, designed to be decrypted by a one-time key. It's me, somewhere nearby.
The pack slides nicely into your pocket, as though it always belonged there. You turn away from the desk. A pair of men's trousers are hung delicately over the shower rail.
If Pseudopod's pants were attempting to flee the scene, they did not make it very far. Brown, shapeless, utterly unremarkable. No accident. This is functional invisibility. The wearer would have no choice but to blend into a crowd.
The front and back pockets are completely empty, except for a few pieces of lint.
Don't forget the coin pocket, front right.
You slip 2 fingers inside and come away with a neatly folded sheet of paper.
Not normal paper. This is nitrocellulose, made to burn quickly and completely.
The page is notebook-sized and perforated along one edge. It reads, THA 7LESAPR 032 WIFO 9... There it is, the missing half. Totally meaningless, yet no meaning can be made without it. One of the many mysteries concerning men's trousers. He was trying to smooth out creases with shower steam. You leave the trousers as they were. You return to the desk. Everything is right where you left it. For Cascade, all will be forgiven. For Cascade, all will be forgiven. Only your double's advancing bald spot is visible to you over the rim of the chair. The day beyond the window beckons you outwards. There may yet be some forgiveness out there. Halt, more secrets to consume. Very cryptic ones. Yum yum. The nitrocellulose dissolves like the thin end of a dream. ZWS. For Cascade. You turn away from the dead. You dial your controller's number. The phone buzzes. After
You should be heading out by now. What is it? How did you find that? Appalling stagecraft, my god. The tram operant. Get moving.
the line goes dead. You return to your double, breathing gently on his chair. He could be asleep in In another life, you are both earnestly selling your cotton wares, far beyond the shadows of international intelligence.
Enough! You're blacklisted. Take your sick little games elsewhere.
Easy, lady. I just want to develop some photographs. I'm not trying to take your innocence.
That's an interesting camera he's carrying. Professional class. No consumer model.
Does that poor girl even know what you're up to?
You have a wild imagination. A little photo should not count as a crime. It's not like it's a loaded gun or something.
Loaded gun. Your hair stands on end.
The woman casts a split-second glance in your direction.
Requesting assistance. Not your fight. Remain in bushes.
Whoa, whoa. Caught in a pincer by the art police. Not a good day for pursuing my interests.
A crackle of recognition behind his eyes as they meet yours.
Found, the passing figure in the background of an old memory with an earlier iteration of that same face. Thinner, less time-worn. The coat is a recent addition. Impossible to say for certain. The box is labelled Portofino 88 to 91. If you don't know, then you know. A lonesome utility shack high above the city. Its door broken on its hinge. A white cat tracks bloody prints in the dirt. Sadness overwhelming.
What?
She's probably another victim of your so-called street art.
The what? Cat? You must be huffing photochemicals with this confused woman. Perhaps you share an alternative lifestyle.
Restless eyes, evasive demeanor. This man may not have zeroed out your double, but you're sure such things aren't beyond him.
Very well. Photo 24 can have this round. Thank you for this extreme stress I'll now carry through my day.
He gives you one more glance as he leaves, garish coat flapping behind him.
You get all walks in here. That was good of you to step in.
Gripped tightly in her hand, a star-headed screwdriver. Despite the flowy garments and artistic scarf around her neck, there is hardness to this woman's expression.
It reminds you of the faces in old portraits. She's evaluating you just as you are her.
Nobody. A seedy little oddity who likes making fantastical threats. Probably just his lascivious aura. He's a local specimen. I doubt he ever gets out of Kisak.
You've not seen the last of him. The two of you are bound by a hideous orange thread.
Ah, while I have it here, this is the screwdriver pseudopod requested. For the fax machine.
This toolkit looks so empty, barely usable in its current state. Fortunately, it appears highly expandable.
She gestures towards the monstrous off-white plastic machine behind you.
Speaking of, where is your double?
We shouldn't let her find one of her own up there without warning. Very ungang.
This woman could be a valuable source of information, if you can prise it from her.
No introductions necessary. You're operant Cascade. I'm Constance, of course. Special asset, liminal class. Making my debut with the Operant Bureau.
A stagehand, not even worth a cryptonym.
Pseudopod was insistent I stick to cryptonyms. If it's all the same to you, that's what I'd prefer. Before we get into it, I want to make one thing clear. Just because I'm working for the opera does not make me some kind of communist. A happily settled small businesswoman. A model petite bourgeois. The thrills, obviously.
Witness the double consciousness of the middle class on full display.
My mother and father were hardcore Nestoristas. It would rattle their urns to know their only daughter shacked up with the communists.
And yet, the thought of scandalizing her dead parents thrills this woman to the bone.
So don't even attempt to seduce me with your post-historical dialectics. Your double already tried his hardest. I'm here strictly for the espionage. No cause for worry. Pseudopod's been teaching me the basics of stagecraft. The only thing I haven't got up and working is this monstrous fax machine.
Observant, rigorous, dog-like. She looks at you, awaiting instructions.
It's that little amber light. It means out of order, and I haven't been able to get it to green, meaning in order.
Just looking at that thing causes you to take psychic damage. Best stay away.
Pseudopod assured me this machine was a vital tool of communication, as precious to our work as the magic box we installed on your room phone. I'm telling you now, Operant, that's what's happening here. You've received all sorts of technical training, I presume. I would think getting a little light to turn green should be well within your powers.
A dread beast humming with dormant power. A handless scribe. It just needs to be soothed. Basic social engineering. First, take the target into your confidence. Her look is wary, but intrigued. 2, turn an admirable quality into a vulnerability.
That's strange. No one said anything to me about a meta-task. Is this really how we handle personal matters? It sounds suspiciously elaborate.
She fucking loves it.
Ah, I understand. This is a test to check our information security. I'll have you know Pseudopod's not told me anything. He's kept it intensely tight.
Free. Exploit, exploit, exploit. She studies the wrinkled slip of paper a moment before returning it.
I don't know who this Carmuna is, or what's her connection to Pseudopod.
She pronounces Carmuna with a slight distaste, like she's naming a rival.
But the bootleg bazaar, that's no mystery. Pseudopod was just down there yesterday. It's where all the knockoffs and illegal imports come make their way into the city. It's only sprung up in the last few years. Part of the whole mania of all things Lusian. He said he intended to interview some of the vendors. I can't tell you what he was after, precisely.
There. 2 lines of inquiry converge. Bring this purchase order to the bazaar. That's your next stop.
You can practically see it from the front door. Due south, in the ruins of the old Essilk factory. Head west from the roundabout. If by some chance you find yourself in Party Alley, it means you've gone the wrong way. I hope you write Pseudopod a glowing report. From what I've seen so far, he certainly deserves it. Was there anything else? I certainly don't. It looks flirtatious. never during working hours. Seedy business attracts itself. Try the Fogged Mirror. It's a bar just to the west, along Party Alley.
The shiver of a familiar name. Smell of old wood and cigarette ash. Tack of spilled drinks on the underside of your shoe. Your old haunt, where you met with your former assets once upon an assignment. A den of ghosts. She gives you a brief nod.
Very well. Forgive me, is this still part of the test? Shouldn't you be the one advancing thesis and so forth? Granted, this is only my debut, but it seems to me that something's very amiss. No matter what we do, nothing appears to go according to plan. Pseudopod says it's all part of the work, but it gives me a rather unsettled feeling. A bit early for such a declaration, isn't it? You've only just arrived.
She gives you a nod.
What do you mean?
A lead weight pulls her expression downward.
My God, you're saying he's... I don't know what that means. I don't understand at all.
Shock, bewilderment, your cue. Behind the acrylic display case, your eye catches on a scene of an amateur pelota squad, smiling against a sun-bleached wall. Memories trapped beneath dull ice.
What do we do, Operant? It was yesterday, when he returned for the evening. He looked stressed, like he was shouldering a great burden. It must have been the assignment, I'm sure. No, not depressed.
This isn't getting anywhere.
Pseudopod was a very good teacher. He said it would fall on me to see after any operants who are incapacitated in theatre. I wonder, did he ever suspect he was talking about himself? Absolutely not. Nobody's been upstairs except yourself and Pseudopod. I can assure you, Operant. Oh dear, I could use a rag. I've never seen this before. What's on it?
Meaning Pseudopod must have brought it here.
No, I don't pay attention to all that. Music is very overrated in my opinion. Perhaps it's defective.
Trying her best to be helpful.
I must say, it doesn't look like a regular disc like you buy at the shops. This looks more like a bootleg. I haven't the faintest idea. I'm adrift. Pseudopod struck me as an absolute professional and very cautious.
She's dying inside. She felt a great deal of affection for your double. Your double's condition is of secondary importance.
I suppose I could move him to the spare room down here. That way I can keep an eye on him. A doctor. Right. Good thinking. Dr. Hugo would help. He runs a houseboat clinic in the back ways to the west of the old docks, past the waterlock.
She doesn't respond, but looks down as her cheeks flush deep crimson.
Of course. The least I can do. Before you do, I understand this is your first time back in theatre for some time.
She hesitates, a little shy all of a sudden.
I just wanted to say, welcome back to the opera.
A humongous white block of office technology sits in front of you. It looks like a sacrificial altar made of plastic. Inside, mechanical parts are assembled in such a way that it can scream analog messages across huge distances. Image quality, and whatever remains of human patience. Your screwdriver makes short work of the starhead screws holding the side panel in place. The holy innards of the facsimile machine reveal themselves to you like a sacrificial animal waiting to be interpreted. You're looking at a Sugar Hill Executive Series 2, a cursed model, plagued by numerous debilities, most commonly a chronically misaligned paper tray. The machine is silent. The amber light blinks. From the machine bowels comes a pleasing chunk. As the plastic tray slots back into its receiver, the paper belt purrs as life is restored.
Much better, thank you. Operant, I would never.
She would. She will. You turn away from the fax machine. The screen flickers. Static turns to black. A booming voice emerges.
Did you know water covers approximately 63% of the world, but the sky covers 100%?
Wrong. The sky is only 98% sky. The other 2% is used to cover up the fact that they replaced the moon 4 times.
On screen, there appears a man with a paper bag over his head. He gesticulates wildly.
But they don't want you to know that. That's why they're coming for me. But not before I tell you the truth.
The screen warps and color shifts. Between clips of the bagman talking, a phone number flashes urgently. You jot down the digits as Bagman watches on.
I am Subcommandante Beckman, and this is the reality situation. No breaks, no filters, no cowards.
A professional would at least alter their voice.
This is a war, and I don't take orders from anyone, especially not reality.
Careful. He's about to prematurely oraculate.
The moon is a projection beamed from the seafloor by machines so advanced, they look like rocks. I know about the Boers. I know about iodine. La Luz's invisible aircraft carriers, weaponized nostalgia, microbial microphones, lunar obfuscation programs.
For 300 years, the Lusian elite have been producing psychic copies of themselves, all to preserve the consciousness of one man, the original techno-fascist.
A mishmash of conspiratorial nonsense, commonly found in most of the developed world. One exception, the Boers, which may just be a local oddity.
Find out what I know by tuning into the reality situation. Airing until they shut us down.
The sounds from the commercial Wild boar piglets snuffle through the city's trash, still wearing the stripes of babyhood like halitosis humbugs. Behold, the cloven-hoofed effect of urban administrative collapse. You didn't bring any pamphlets or manifestos. But where there are bullets, there are boars. An adult can be up to 500 pounds of bristled, pitiless hog with tusks. Yes. You scan from left to right, checking the alley's tangled contours for a hint of hairy maternal rage. There is none. Wrong. Spooky. No interest from the hogolescents. You leave the boars to... The stall has been left unattended. A haphazard arrangement of paperbacks and hardcovers that have seen better days. A handwritten sign teeters on top of one of the stacks of books. Books, 10 sol. Magazines, 5 sol. Place money in the box. Viva la comunidad. Relic of the district's more communitarian heritage. A few scrawled tags separate the various teetering piles into vague sections. The faintly sweet smell of old paper, tinged with an unpleasant hint of mildew. You turn away from the pile.
I can do this. I can take you on. I'm your man. I'm your man.
The middle-aged man cranes his neck to look at the top of the pylon. You can see the blue fabric of a worker's uniform under his high-vis vest. He blinks at the interruption, startled out of his mantra. Renotel, a diversified communications company local to the state of Portofino, immediately recognizable by its dolphin logo.
None that I know of. Which reminds me, I really should get around to registering for a GP.
It won't do him much good. His body's reaching the point where aches and pains are par for the course.
You'll have to be more specific. Seen a couple of guys who match that description. Not that I pay much attention to them. They do, don't they? Have to give mine a good scratch every now and then with this helmet on and all.
Your fingertips crawl with sensation, craving the flaky scalp.
Very kind, but no thank you. I have a certain way of doing it. Like how a cat can be particular about how it gets stroked. As to your guy, I don't think I'm tall enough to see other men's bald spots. They're quite common as well, you know. The uniform of all those type of men. You'll have to give me something else. Good point. It's been a while since I saw them. Long enough that I don't remember where. Right you are. I would say we're all short of one these days. That must be referring to the Miracle Line, Renault's longest running and top performing fixed line. Must be just over a decade at this point. It's actually the last payphone in Portofino to still be running the old way. Now they've all gone wireless. The line cannot go down, not even for a second, which means it cannot be serviced or upgraded. First thing they taught me when I joined.
A single thread, fraying.
The reason being, or so I've heard, is that Renault would incur a bill of such whopping proportions that it could risk the whole company going under. No further details, unfortunately. It's just one of those stories that gets circulated among the staff. The unrealized loss, they call it. The company's big secret, gnawing away at its foundation like a rat in the shadow. That'll be down to Duchess and the service she provides.
The way he said service, like he meant.
Yes, operated by Renault, manned by the inimitable Duchess. No, that kind of thing isn't for me. It's just part of the job to know about it. Make sure it stays operational. You know why now.
He really wants you to believe that.
It's the old payphone along the back ways, west of the dock. Sure. Oh, it's just me trying and failing to do my job. Again.
A feeling you know well enough.
It's embarrassing, really. I'm overqualified for this position, and yet I can't even do the simplest tasks asked of me.
What he says doesn't add up. The logic is broken.
Now I've said it out aloud. Yes, I would agree. Put it this way. I'm a qualified engineer with years of experience, just not in this particular field.
Whatever he's hiding, it isn't pleasant. It destroyed something in him.
I'm hired to perform any necessary maintenance on the arteries.
Technical words that only mean something to those with the prerequisite knowledge. Arteries, rivers of blood, coursing under all.
The wireless phone network is routed through electronic boxes called arteries. They work like the old terminal boxes, except there are no cables or wires. Renault has been upgrading its payphones across the city. They pretty much all run on wireless signals now. Mad, isn't it? We can send telephony data through the air now using radiophonics. Renault is developing a range of products with this technology, including portable phones, intercoms, headsets, and cordless scanners.
The result of non-competitive bidding and a bit of self-dealing on the part of the city's governing elite.
The owner of Renault, the rich guy at the top of it all. The company is named after him. Imagine being the one man in charge of telecommunications across the city. I guess so. Doesn't make my job any easier, though. Yes, one of the old terminals. It's a terrible tangle of cables up there, but I can handle that. The part I'm struggling with is climbing up this ladder. I'm acrophobic, one of my many fears.
A man stood on a cliff's edge, constantly expecting even the ground to fall from under him. Seems he has the shakes. He should never have applied for the job, though actually been given it.
Oh no, you really shouldn't. Not only is it dangerous, but qualified Renotel technicians are the only persons permitted up there. It's complicated, not something I can teach you in a day. Lots of things. Primarily, it picks up wireless networks, radio frequencies, and electrical signals so you can track their source. It would be more relevant to my experience, but I'm retired from that sort of work at least.
Old technology is one of the few places the past can still be touched.
I wish I could say that, but it's an integral part of my job. Not a lot, unfortunately. I do collect magnets, though. That's probably the most fun thing about me.
Sounds like our man here is missing out on having a gang to confide in.
It's a lifetime hobby. I always carry a few around in my pocket, so I can see what surfaces they will stick to. I've got some years left in me yet, I hope.
His face seems to say, but not if this job carries on the way it is.
Where to even start? I'm scared of heights, wild boars, drains, tuk-tuks, teenagers, the moon. Pretty much. That's part of what makes this job so hard. I take some reassurance in knowing I am not alone in my struggle. You haven't been there.
He doesn't answer, at least not with words. No need when your body language matches a spider as it stiffly curls up in a ball to die.
I've had them for about a decade. I only had one or two at first, then slowly acquired more and more over the years.
He grimaces, wearing the same look as when you asked him about the moon.
As I already said, I would rather not talk about it. Yes, so am I. A terrible thing to live within the ruins of the self. But we keep going any way we can.
It's not so bad when you've got your gang to back you up. His soft heart has had to nestle among wild things.
Same as everyone else, mining cadmium, lithium, and other rare minerals. In my case, on behalf of the Illuminated Empire, La Luz.
La Luz, once a powerful empire, now reconstituted as a modern techno-fascist state, the rising military and cultural power of the day. Mention of La Luz never fails to make your hairs stand attentive. Luz, techno-fascists, enemy. He hid it well. What else could he be hiding?
Not for any good reason. It hardly supports life, but is all too ready to offer up a drawn-out death. I saw much of it up there.
Burned to the inside of his eyes.
Statistically, there is more death happening around us here, but it is much crueler on the moon. Perhaps because the spirit is divorced from its home soil. and cannot so easily return. It's what gives me hope that one day I will find peace. Of course, it makes the encroaching inevitability of my own death easier to deal with, too. As do I. It's a comfort to know that I won't have to travel hundreds of thousands of kilometers through space at least. Very much. It's fairly peaceful. And I've always been quite fond of seafood. Though I will admit, I'm getting a little bit sick of shrimp.
As you depart, the chant of "I'm your man" starts back up behind you. A slanted aluminium box is bolted into the pylon spine. Beneath the friendly dolphin emblem, the word Renotel was etched into the metal. Cold and hard, but the playful smile remains. Inside, a slab of beige plastic, an old terminal. Behind a clouded sheet of polyglass, the screen remains black. No buttons on the outer housing that you can see. No glowing standby light. Your fingers find a steel drawer. It slides out with a creak, revealing a keyboard designed for gloves, each key a chunky slab. A low wavering whine. Behind glass, the cathode ray tube flickers once, twice, then flashes white. System waking. Please wait. Mem check. 00016 KB. OK ports. Com1. Welcome to Renotel Control version 1.2. Available commands. 1. Line diag. 2. Trunkmon. 3. Network. Based on the available options, this is a maintenance terminal. You might be able to get information on the Renotel network from here. So the name suggests. As for what kind of diagnostics? Around you, hundreds of landlines run up and down the pylon. Assuming you had some way to identify the line in question. You know, for monitoring trunks. The terminal clunks, as if it's exhaling static. The screen flickers, awaiting your input. Line diagnostic mode. Enter landline identifier to proceed. Line ID. The machine's internal speaker beeps sharply. A random array of numbers line up in horizontal formation across the screen. It achieves nothing. The screen flips. You close the box.
Oh, you're back. None at all.
As you depart, you pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide. The dolphin's playful gaze remains fixed on it. You do not yet have the number of anyone else in this city. There is only one, Melita, your controller.
She'd only tell you to get on an aero tram back home again. A direct order which you have so far disobeyed. The number is a lifeline to you, always there when you need it. It's certainly possible, though any benefit to doing so is unclear. Don't start wasting your time with prank calls, Operant. The Reno Tail Dolphin eyes you expectantly. You step away from... An old bench kneels in your presence, its planks are bowed and scarred. Marks to be revered from seeing many people over the years. You turn away. The tiles of this plaza seem to radiate outwards from the strange tree at its center, unlike any other you've seen in this city. This is Ginkgo lucifera, an old Lusian ginkgo planted widely during the expansion of the old Illuminated Empire. The exact reason escapes you at the moment. Suffice to say, wherever you see one, it means that place once belonged to Laluz. Yes, and you're still just an ape, and not even a particularly distinguished example. Time passes, but you take no note of it. No one takes note of you either. To wider Keysock, you're simply a middle-aged woman, staring at a tree. You let your vision decouple. The tree becomes a pleasing blur of light and shadow. It's all very aesthetic. A simple misperception. Absolutely nothing to be alarmed by. Obviously, it's just the way that the breeze pulls itself through the tree's leaves. But it seems to you that the tree is breathing, and the cadence of its breath matches your own. Maybe it's just the wind. Maybe you're experiencing a moment of true communion with another form of life. Moments the current epoch has made rarer and rarer. Naturally, if this were the Paleolithic, and if you were the Paleolithic huntress, you would experience this sensation all the time. If your places were somehow switched, she would be utterly terrified by the silence and disconnection she'd experience in this dead reality of plastic and artificial light. You leave the old loot.
Drift away, Stardust. I'm a second-hand dream dealer, but I'm the only dream you got. Are you being serious? You don't know Ultravioleta? Wow. Have you been living in an undeveloped nation? Is that why you look so Poor. Ultravioleta, the hyper-tier L-pop star. Lucian Electropop. No idea what I'm talking about. Must be brain damaged. Don't be mean. We're representing the Ultras right now. It's not her fault she looks that way. This is what we call fan shifting. We become Ultravioleta, and we sing her songs as an act of faith and love. Yeah, we're fan shifting right now. Not surprised you've never heard of it. We like to do it together. It's fun to make the costume. And it's nice to sing to the world when it listens. Thanks. Obviously. We're not pretending. Why can old people not wrap their heads around it? Ugh, like that guy with the weird headphones the other day. He came up to us out of nowhere and said, in some territories, impersonating the monarch is a crime punishable by death. Death. He didn't say fan, he said devotee. Oh, maybe that's why Ultravioleta's been missing all this time. Maybe the weird headphones guy kidnapped her and he's keeping her songs all for himself. Not weird, scary. He was obsessed, like obsessed. No way. But he looked so old. Wait, no, actually that's so chic. That fits. It's unreal. Like, almost the exact embodiment of the moon glow spirit. Why do you have that? How did you get that? That's secret UV lore, not for someone like you. Oh yeah? What's your favorite? What? UV doesn't write about downstream stuff like that. Fake fan, fake fan! We know everything. Even the unreleased stuff she did for her high school play. Nobody understands except the Ultras. Weren't we just talking about that? Kidnapped for sure. Total crime of passion. I bet he's making her sing for him. I wouldn't mind too bad if he kidnapped us. You don't know that. You don't have to lie to us just because we're younger than you. We live in the world too. If she is dead, unlikely, there's nothing more moonglow than dying young and tragic. You need it. You deserve it. Look at your hair. She's harsh, but if she weren't a little horrible to you, then you might never know. So, it's a kindness, really. Ultras are ultra fans of Ultravioleta. It's a lifestyle commitment. Some of us have even died for this. Respect for the martyred Ultras. Not like this. This was way chicer. Mass suicide. Random acts of self-annihilation are not unheard of in the Ultra community. They didn't even have to plan. They just heard the lyrics and knew. It was time to jump off the balcony of their parents' apartment building. We live on the ground floor. I'd have to, like, slit my throat or something. Messy. Nah. It was just one live performance on the radio a few years ago. Lucky bitches. Oh shit! That's totally something she'd do. No, he wouldn't let her. He loves her. Maybe even more than we do. He said he'd seen her live. We've never seen her live. We've never seen her live, and now she's going to bite off her tongue? Okay. He had a little mustache and a beige trench coat with weird lining. But we didn't see where he went. He could be... We need to make an offering to Polaris. For UV. Yeah? Yeah, there are some good ones. Nobody's on the same level as UV, obviously. But Kyla Roja is cool, Bianca Cross Blanca. Dia Domino would be sexy, but she got a boyfriend, so... Mimi Serafina's pretty okay. For an old lady. Luz is literally the only place making good music anymore. It's Sonido Futuro. There's no competition. It's not even close. She recorded Glass Meadow when she had a 39-degree fever. Her favorite month is Tritos. She's allergic to strawberries. I know her real name. No, you don't. Stop telling people that. That's a theory, not a fact. I can't say. That's Violeta's secret. I'd never betray her confidence. It's not like that. It came to me when I was listening to El Lugar Donde Nací, right after the second verse, when the Mellotron beat kicks in. I just heard her telling me. That is so moronic. You did not. Who cares? It's not true. We don't talk like that. We are both Moonglow. Equally Moonglow. What? You want to talk? Sure.
The sour scent of urine surrounds the vending machine. Luckily, the piss smell went.